6 Live.
Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? It's your boy Classic from Classic Live. I got the homie OG Corn Dog that's in the building right now. Before we get started, I'm gonna need y'all to do two things. Make sure that you hit that like and you subscribe. You feel me? If you're on a different platform, do the same damn thing. Make sure you hit that like, hit that heart, retweet, whatever you got to do to make sure you get us to the algorithm, man, for sure. Now today, we got some West Coast drama, man. We got some West Coast drama. Oh shit, we got some crazy comments already. We got some West Coast drama, man. It's between Spoety Face and Compton Ricc Rocc. Now, it's crazy that these two are beefing out of nowhere. It seemed like, you know, both of these people are coming up in the, let's say, the podcasting world and everything. And all of a sudden, it just seemed like somebody has some disdain for somebody. I think one of these situations that got everything jumped off was the fact that Compton Ricc Rocc posted a picture of him being with Whack 100. And within this whole podcasting space on the West Coast, a lot of people are damn anti-Whack, to where if you mess with him, then people don't want to mess with you. Me personally, I really don't have no problem with him. I just really found it interesting, and I didn't like the fact that he said something about Nipsey Hussle saying that he's not no legend, to where that really rubbed me the wrong way. He got a lot of, he always basically get out there to tell people to get active, but he's one of those people that we haven't seen him put in any demonstrations. It's a lot of hold me back moments, to where he speak on a lot of stuff to where he's not actually following up, to where he'll want other people to do that type of work or whatever. So in all actuality, a lot of people know where Whack 100 be at, and if they really had issues and problems with him like that, it wouldn't be no tension like that. People would get, as they say, they would get down where they mad at. Let's just be fair with it. So a lot of people might dislike what he say. Some people might actually hate him, but my thing is, like, shit, if you know where he at, how come nothing never happened to him? So I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna be honest with it. Some of the takes that he have, I really don't like. I don't rock with it. Him as a person, he's whatever. But as far as somebody making I guess we all don't have to be on the same page and shit like that. And it's kind of like some monkey see, monkey do type of situation, where it's like, oh, well, if you like him, or if you mess with him, I can't mess with you or whatever. But some people got to kind of separate like business and personal feelings and shit like that. So it's just a lot of messy shit going on. Like, what's your opinion about all this shit going on, Brody?
With all this shit that's going on, the Spoety Face, J Hood, I've covered this on my own channel, OG Corn Dog Reacts. Go check out some of my videos and see what I'm talking about. But I can honestly say that this really started with Adam 22 inviting J Hood to the Tuesday show, knowing that Munchie B and Spoety Face got beef with Whack 100. Adam 22 out there playing dumb as if he didn't know J Hood had a relationship with Adam 22 like that. That's a bunch of bull, because he does content with Whack every Sunday, records on Thursday, and premiere on Sunday is the Adam 22 and Whack, Adam and Whack show. I refuse to believe that Adam didn't believe that that relationship was established like that. You know what I mean? So him knowing that, because he probably knew And you know how Adam works, and we all know how he works. And I don't mean to be like someone that's picking on Adam. I don't want to be that guy, but it is what it is, and I can see it right in front of me. I'm saying to myself, why would you invite J Hood to the Joe Jumper Tuesday show with Munchie B and Spoety Face? That doesn't make any sense to me because you know something's gonna pop off. You know that something's gonna happen. Not only that you know, you guided the conversation a certain way by mentioning Whack 100. And when you did that, you just sat back like, now, what's about to happen? You know what's about to happen. That's why you said that. You can't play like that, man. You bring somebody fresh in, let him get it. You don't have to start it off. The conversation escalated too fast. They got up, went outside, come back, body language looking strange, but they podcasted to continue tonight. And as they say, they claim it was a great podcast. But after that, but if I done stepped out in the middle of the podcast and then come back, I know my energy is a whole different way now. I'm thinking about nothing but this the whole time I'm podcasting. So how in the hell could it have been a great podcast after that? I don't know. Because after that, you know, you go home the next day, you know, thought about it, you know, slept, you thought about it. Now you got a different take on the outtake. You leave no jumper. I'm out of here. You're bringing the streets to the job. And I get that point right there from Spoety Face saying that this is a work environment and it's becoming to seem like it's the streets. Yeah, get your ass up out of there. Um, it's a lot of jobs that's like that too out there in the world. You know what I mean? He did the right move by doing that. Him and Munchie B. Adam 22 miscalculated by inviting J Hood to the cast. Um, he knew how it was gonna go. That's why he mentioned Whack 100 and that controversy, that content, that hunger for content, that hunger for to go viral. And he destroyed his Tuesday show because that Tuesday show was a great show. I'm not gonna lie. He brought together a good cast. You got Ant Headface, Spoety Face, Munchie B, Lush One over there on the side as a sidekick, like Robin from Batman. And it was good. That was a good chemistry. They built it. They was gaining ground, they was gaining numbers. And then he decides to throw a monkey wrench into his own plan. I don't get that. Just for content? That's crazy. And he claims that, oh, I had no intention of doing this. Everybody's saying I did this for this reason and that reason. That's a bunch of baloney. Salami and all that. Nah, bruh. You know what you was doing on that. You know what I mean? That's why you invited him. You know what was about to happen. You had a discussion with Munchie B. Hey, you think it'll be okay if I bring J Hood to the cast? You guys can piece it out. And Munchie was like, yeah, let's do it. J Hood, he said the same thing to J Hood. Let's do it. You know what I mean? But you already know by controlling the narrative or the conversation, because it's your show, as soon as you mention Whack 100, everything went a whole different way. I don't care what nobody say, and I mentioned this before. Adam set that all up, and it backfired on him. You know what I mean? Not only did he just lost Aunt Hefe, who was a great addition to the show. You know what I mean? And free Aunt Hefe. You know what I'm saying? That man, free that man. But he he just lost Spoty Face and Munchie B, so he just lost his entire show. It's just him and Lunch left. I watched the last Tuesday show. I didn't watch all of it. I watched enough. And there's some female on there from the hundreds that I don't know who the hell she is. Some Barbie. And you got J Hood. So J Hood got a spot now. He locked in. He's fully locked in. And when I seen that, I said, yo, they're like, that's a game of chess right there. You know what I'm saying? You playing chess. Let me move these figures out the way so I can get right here where I'm at. It's just me now. And I don't know if he did that for real, but if he did play that like that, good move. I got to give it up to the young man. Um, it's a good opportunity for him too, because he's fresh out. You know what I'm saying? And this in this lane to stay up in this podcast world to learn how to handle yourself through the guidelines of YouTube will make you a better person in a way, I think, because you know how to handle yourself out here on the streets in this free world. Stay away from trouble. Um, on that note, the Spoty Face and everything, yeah, like I said, Adam 22 fault and Spoty Face appeared tonight on as a premiere on back on Fig and explain, you know, a little bit more detailed things of what's going on over there. Y'all go check out back on Fig, see what he had to say. Um, I honestly think that, you know, Whack 100 be out here talking too much. Not only just talking too much, you making up stories and false narratives. You on here on the Whack 100 show talking about bow, this and that, and Wham Whams was pulled out and scared, shaking, glasses flying off.
Bro. I appreciate your commentary, but what the hell that got to do with Compton Ricc Rocc and Spoty Face?
We leading up to it.
God damn! All right,
Now
so
listen. Now listen. Compton Ricc Rocc been doing his take. He been doing his take on the whole time that all this has been going down. And Compton Ricc Rocc handled his accordance and guidelines of YouTube and how he handle and see shit the way he do it. Excuse me. Some people don't like how he do it. Spoty Face is probably one of them. That's why he reaching out like that. He come over here, seeing what he doing, and Compton Ricc Rocc is doing what everybody else is doing. It's all content.
Wait. So you telling me that? And I was going to ask you when you talking about everything. Compton Ricc Rocc commentated on what happened between Spoty Face and J Hood.
He had to be giving his ad. I didn't watch those videos. I might have. Oh yeah. He did. He the first response when Spoty Face responded. He did a video on that. So I guess that's a rub Spoty Face the wrong way because and honestly I didn't see Compton Ricc Rocc saying nothing wrong or against him, but you know this could be a play. From me just seeing that, like, oh, this could be a play. Like you playing the game, like this how it go. Let me get activated because it was J Hood at first. J Hood is out of the picture now. Now you on Compton Ricc Rocc. Now you in a different algorithm. Is this a play? Is he learning to play from where he came from? Compton Ricc Rocc, hey, I seen the video when Spoety Face went out there with the nutty block and talking about where you at and all this woo woo and your hood gave you the DP and all this, and I seen Compton Ricc Rocc like ain't nobody gave me no DP and it ain't gonna go down like that. What you talking about? So now I'm like, is this a play for the algorithm of YouTube now? You feel me?
Yeah, I don't know what started all this stuff off, but the way how a lot of stuff been going, we're gonna get into the video in a minute, but one of the things that I do notice that it's like now you really have to question what's authentic and what's being a play, because
Right.
I've seen some people say some real. I'm not no super emotional nigga, but if you say fuck my family and fuck somebody that's dead and all this other shit, yeah, we gonna have some
Oh,
problems, bro. It
okay.
ain't just like,
Well, wait. Spoety Face and Compton Ricc Rocc talking like that?
no, I'm just saying, just in general. I've seen people say
Okay. I got you. Now.
I see some
I
people say
got
some
you.
real crazy shit to where
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
got you.
yeah,
Oh,
that's part of the play.
you talk about that's what it is. The link, that connection. You know what I'm saying? You get the Whack 100 and Compton Ricc Rocc connection.
And
Compton Ricc Rocc over there on the picture right there. Blueface did his son's birthday. All that. You know what I'm saying? Posting up like it's like this. And hey, man, he that you see that man hanging out with him like that, and now you got beef with him. Is this a play? Because, like I said, I don't think Compton Ricc Rocc really said nothing that was like hurtful, judgmental to Spoety Face, to where he could come after him and go hard like that. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm not gonna
And
lie. Rock said,
and wait, hold up. And the premiere tonight on Back on Fig, Compton Ricc Rocc name was never mentioned.
okay, yeah, so that must be something that he's kind of over with. Like as far as Rick Rock, he don't come across as someone that's like a shit starter. If anything, he do his commentary. Some people don't like that. They'll get, in their feelings about that. But hey, if it's on the internet, anybody can talk about that shit. It isn't sacred to where,
Right,
people can't mention that. But
right.
like you kind of said, I didn't really hear him say anything that was like inflammatory. Like when you said Spoty Face went to Nutties in the Grandies and all that stuff, that's kind of after the fact, some stuff kind of sparked off. So my question is, what the hell sparked everything off?
It couldn't have been the picture. I don't think it was the picture. It was probably uh Compton Ricc Rocc doing his job, doing what he do, and responding to a video of him or him in general. He's the topic. You can't be mad at him if you're the topic. You can't.
Yeah.
You might consider him a homie and all that, and or whatever you call it in the podcast world, but you can't be mad at him because he's covering the story like everyone else. So everyone else can cover the story except for him. No, it don't go like that. It don't. No,
Hey,
that's not how it go.
I'm not gonna lie. Certain people pick and choose. If they're not homies and cool like that, they won't let the other person say what they gotta say, but they'll let their homeboy speak on whatever it is. So it's a lot of politics that go. First of all, it's gang shit involved, and then you got
Yeah,
the politics that go on with that. So, but to be fair, Spoty Face don't seem like a type of, like, for me seeing him, he wasn't no type of person that's out there, flagrantly disrespecting and just out of bounds like that. Like, I believe both of these people normally stick in their pockets of what they got going on. So I'm kind of perplexed to the reason what started everything off. Now I seen a couple of things, and I even showed you the picture of Rick Rock and how much money he said that he made in a year. I'm like, yeah, that's motivation. But even doing that, some people will look at that like, yeah, man, this nigga's trying to floss and like who he think he is. Do you feel me? to where that can kind of spew some hate. Because my whole theory is I believe a lot of people fuck with you on your way up, but once you get to a certain platitude that's higher than them, that's when they feel like, oh shit, this nigga getting too big for thinking that he think he's the best and shit like that, to where they want to see you fall. So I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's the picture with Wack. To be honest with you, it could be the money that he was making, and then afterwards they see him with Wack, and everybody don't like Wack. So yeah, now it's time to get up on you. Now I seen some comments, people saying Rick Rock's a goofy and all this other shit or whatever, but I haven't seen him do any. Matter of fact, I seen that Spoety Face went to Nutty Block, and I seen Rick Ross respond and say like, "Oh, you're not going to trick me out of my bag. You're not going to trick me out of my situation." Now, the crazy part about it, people will say that he's pussy for doing that, but the people that saying that aren't making $100K a year. They don't have a motion to where if they end up getting in a jam, that's where a lot of their finance is going to go to. So it's something that sometimes we have a lot of haters in our own community, and instead of being, and that's what we was talking about before with the whole, the Cyrus Belton, Carmelo Anthony and shit like that. When it comes to us sticking together, it's too much division to where we can't even get on the same page. So just like you, I'm kind of lost at why all of this Spoety Face versus Compton Ricc Rocc shit even started.
Right. Like it just seemed like it's a play. And I'm not saying on Compton Ricc Rocc's half. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling it from Spoety, on Spoety Face's side. Because I think Compton Ricc Rocc was honestly calling it the way it was supposed to be done when he was covering the story. It was no bias. He handled it the way it was supposed to be handled. Coming from a journalistic point of view. You know what I mean? He came like that. And I don't know where Spoety Face seemed he took disrespect from how he was covering the story. Maybe because he was big and he decided, hey, this is who my next target is going to be. So he can continue to be in the algorithm, learning from Adam 22.
Damn. That's cold game, man. Yeah, we did a good little section on this. We got, oh my God, Micah. What's up, bro? My favorite sexy black man. What the fuck is going on? Brian said, what up, classic and OG? What's the word with it, bro? This dude laughing out loud. OG, tell me a story that won't last 100 years, laughing out loud. Yeah, we definitely going to get into this video and see what the OG Kev Mac had to say about this. Now, OG Kev Mac, it's an OG from Rolling 60s and everything. So let's see how he politic about this whole situation, man. Because honestly, I'm kind of baffled to see all this BS going on, man. We really have some other stuff that's going on. I feel like low-key that's way more important that we should be focused on, but this is the topic of discussion. A lot of people do have this on their mind and stuff. So we cover everything from court cases, the hip hop stuff, the street stuff. So you never know what we're gonna have to politic on and shit. So let's get to this video by OG Kev Mac.
What up, Mac kids? What up, YouTube? Today I want to weigh in really quick about this whole Compton Ricc Rocc thing that's going on YouTube, and give my opinion on it. Welcome to another episode of KM Videos, True Stories.
Welcome to another episode, KM Videos, True Stories. I keep my ball low, you know what I'm saying? Rolling down the street in my city car, I hit front, back, side to side. From my low, my jaw,
check it out. That was it. I never stopped banging. I started banging hard, then I got so hard till it was a shame.
Welcome to another episode of KM videos, true stories.
Today's story is not your typical story. It's just my spiel, my commentary on the whole Compton Ricc Rocc situation. So 3.5, maybe 4 years ago, you guys may remember I was saying that this dude had a great delivery and he had great audio, great video quality, just a good setting. And, you know, he was kind of professional with it. 4 years later, he's professional with it. Everything's good. Back then, he didn't have that many people viewing, and that was why I brought him up. Like, this is a dude that's probably going to get the numbers and get a lot of attention. I was saying at that time, his channel was underrated. Since then, my views changed a whole lot. But this ain't really about my views. Over time, he built up a name for himself. He built his channel up. In doing so, he caused behind the scene little small controversy. He bought 600 to Compton. Then he fell out with 600. This whole thing that people are saying about his relationship with Wack 100. Then people started to notice some of the things that I was saying about he doesn't cover Compton. He's always in LA politics. Compton's in LA County, but people tend to separate them. Compton tends to be more united and more, for lack of a better term, orchestrated than LA. They stick together. When they go to prison, it's Compton Crip. It's Compton, period.
That's crazy, that part right there.
LA don't have a South LA car. We from South LA. We from South Central.
Yeah, but y'all link together when you're in there.
LA.
Now, OG Kev Mack is kind of taking it to a deeper level onto, you know, prison politics. I know, like, just the basics that, you know, when you get locked up, it's all that race card. If you black, you hanging with the blacks. If you white, you hanging with those. So I know that. But do Compton have better politics than LA?
No, I don't see nothing like that because, you know, fortunate for me, I never made it to the big house. And when I was in the little house, you know, they were schooling me on, like, you know, how you supposed to handle your business when you in there. And my get down from where I get it and how I see it and how I hear it is that when you in there, all the blacks is together, no matter what hood you from.
Yeah, Bloods, Crips, whatever.
Yeah, you all in one faction. Now, once you get out, you back to your regular faction and you back to regular business and how you used to handle it on the street. My point is on that is that please use and everyone utilize that when you're in there, because that's the unity that's involved for us. Get out and use and express that unity when you out. Why not have the same unity as when you're out as when you're in? Why only when you go in is a unity thing, and then when you come out, now you're my enemy?
Yeah, that's something we always talk about. Just to keep that shit short, I believe that there's too many temptations. Like, there isn't an influx of women, there isn't an influx of money, and all these other temptations that's out there. We kind of focus on the necessities of what we need when we locked up and shit. But once we get out there into the free world, basically it's all up for anybody to get. So, you know,
I'm talking about the mentality though.
I know,
if you was to keep that same mentality on the streets, we wouldn't have this much trouble. We would, it would be more unity, I would say.
I think that mentality changed because there's so many different. Well, now, like, some people go into jail and stuff and they get sober because they can't get to their drugs. So drugs could be a part of it. the women that they don't have access to where they end up beefing behind somebody over a female.
I'm talking about the strictly gang shit.
Yeah.
That shit.
How come there isn't unity?
Why you don't utilize the same unity on the outs as you did on the inside? You did that on the inside for survival. It's the same out here in the streets.
And that's what I'm saying. There's too many other false narratives attempted. When you get locked up, you don't name a lot. Like, it's so many things that you do when you locked up that you normally don't do when you're on the outside. Why?
That's true.
Because you have no other options. So when you get out, even with banging, you have more options to do other things. I don't have to fuck with this nigga. I'm gonna just do it my own way because now that I'm free, I can do what I want to do. So that's what I believe it's actually temptation and distraction.
Huh? Me.
Yeah.
Me. Stop thinking about me and think about us. Because you was thinking about us when you was in there. Because it ain't no me without us.
Yeah, I hear you on that, bro. Like,
keep the same mentality when you get out. Preach that to the young bucks. Let them hear it. We need a change. We need it now. This is what I'm saying.
Not saying nothing wrong.
These gang politics is becoming, I don't know. They're leaving. These youngsters out here are thinking a whole complete different way and following no structure right now. That's the point I'm saying. And if they continue to follow this, they leading into the plan that's been laid down years before them. And they don't even see it. They too young to know. You have to live life to know. You have to gain that wisdom, and they not there yet. But the ones that do have it, such as me, because I ain't gonna tell no youngsters to go do no crazy shit like that. I'm gonna tell them the right way, how you supposed to handle it. That's what we need from the ones that's out. Yo, we don't. To me, let me tell you this. Spoety Face appeared on Back on Fig premiered today, Thursday. That was a beautiful thing to see a neighborhood crip alongside in the middle between two Hoovers. I like that. That's beautiful to me, man. That's showing growth. And that should be an example to everyone out there because it doesn't have to be like this. That's my point, man. I mean, I'm probably not making a point on what we're talking about, but I'm just making a point to where, like, I'm honestly out here trying to make the world a better place, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, what you saying is making sense. I'm not going against that. I agree with that. It has some relevance to what's going on because if that's the case, then like Spoety Face and Ricc Rocc wouldn't be beefing over whatever that they beefing over. And
right.
I think that's a good sign that Spoety Face didn't say anything on Back on Fig and everything because hopefully he's moving on from that. I just reached out to him, so I don't know if he's busy and everything, if he's gonna pull up or not. I talked to Ricc Rocc and everything. He's moving past everything. So,
right.
It's unfortunate that this BS happened, but I'm just inquisitive to what the hell started all this bullshit to where
that's true.
People pulling up and then and honestly on some real shit, now that it's on the internet, you have people that just gonna insinuate and light the fire by like no matter what. If
they're doing it now.
God forbid, huh?
They're doing it now. They're lighting the fire right now.
Yeah. And
But you know what? He initiated. Spoety Face did. Showing up in Nutty Block. He initiated the fire. He sparked
like
that
honestly,
fire.
I don't think that was the first of everything though.
Was
Like
it? Nah. Oh
that,
yeah, he had words before that. That came. That was the second one. Yeah.
who
Yeah.
had words? You saying Rick Rock had words?
No. Spoety. And then he showed up in Nutty.
Cause that's what I'm saying. Is like, how did all this shit start to where niggas talking about? All right, we gotta fight. Like I know with the Spoety and the J Hood situation, that shit escalated fast, and it seemed like that was already part of J Hood
Hey
agenda.
man, honestly, I don't think them niggas ever gonna fight because they grown men. You know what I'm saying? These niggas is real grown men. Spoety Face has his head on straight. He about the blackness. You know what I mean? So that's positivity. And if he knows it doesn't have to come down to it like that, bro, it ain't going down like that. I think he riding a wave, man. He riding a wave because it's out there. And let me go with it. And then I'm gonna have to find somebody else next week, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Like, I don't know. I know exactly where he pulled up. He pulled up to that little shop that's right off of Central and Alondra. Now, if he I think he went to the Grandies also. That's like closer to like the Kip area and stuff or whatever.
He was up in there. Yeah, he was up in there. He was in there. I've been over there where he was at. So yeah, he in there.
Yeah. So, you know, like I was always told hanging around in that area, there's like, man, don't be coming over here by yourself at night and all this shit and all that other stuff.
Hell
You
nah.
can during the daytime. But
don't be sitting in the car by yourself.
That part. And that's what I'm saying. There was some females over there that I was messing with and shit like that, but you be in and out type shit. So like that, I want to say that's low-key kind of a dangerous game to be going to different people's hoods. You never know who's gonna be out there that's out there patrolling and shit like that. And shit could definitely go left.
I'll have to say, bro, I'm disappointed in Spoety Face showing up over there like that. Because you too old to be playing this young man's game. Yeah, I'm over here. Where you at? Come outside. Don't. Yeah, you too old. Please don't play that game. Leave that to the youngsters. Don't do that. I don't like the way that looked. I was disappointed because you're too old to be playing that type of game. I'm serious about that, bro. I didn't like that look. That didn't look right to me.
Yeah, I agree. Because the thing is, once I figure out what the hell all this shit started over, and then we can analyze all this other stuff. And when you ask the question, was it worth it? 9 times out of 10 is going to be no. So I agree. I think a lot of this stuff is sparking over kind of some bullshit. And I didn't really think about the fact that Spoety Face might be like riding a wave or making a play or something like that. I don't necessarily know. But I'm gonna have to kind of do some research to see why these two people are getting into it, man.
Which is not South LA. Anyhow, I was saying, me personally was saying that, man, it's a neighborhood Crip bias from a lot of different content creators.
It could be the most important 30 seconds of your life. But listen, this is a...
Hey, y'all make sure y'all smash it that like for those that haven't done so already, man.
Like, subscribe.
Ricc Rocc would be included in that.
Yeah, do what Corny said, like and subscribe, man.
Say people are not conscious of it, but a lot of people tell me that these people, meaning other content creators and human beings, because it can be white versus black or Mexican versus black. And I say they may not be aware of their bias. And people say, no, they're aware of it. They know what they're saying. They know exactly what they're saying. But he talked about Loose Cannon. He talked about Brick Baby. He talked about ODM Slim. He talked about Spider Low. You start to see this anti-neighborhood Crip, this anti-South Los Angeles thing going on. And it just started building and building over time. But nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared. At that point, I didn't even care no more. Still subscribed to his channel, still watched his videos, still thought he was one of the best out there with a growing channel. And then we put together the Crips throughout Los Angeles and Compton for the peace talks, a conversation amongst Crips to figure out what are we doing with this? Where do we go in the future? How do we save our kids? How do we protect our community without all this violence, without hating each other? How can we build? If you remember, there was no money involved. I didn't get no money. I came away from Nevada to LA because I cared, because I got grandkids in Compton. I got a kid in Compton. I care about the future of LA as long as my people are there, as long as my family, my blood is there. I care. As long as I got homeboys that I care about, I care. So I put all mine on the line for that. You know what I'm saying? No funding, no help with gas, no food, no place to stay, none of that shit. I showed up. A few people, handful of people told me I should be getting paid. No, the money's going to compromise me and my position and this meeting. No, hands off. I don't want none of that shit. What does Ricc Rocc and Nina Coy do? They speak out against it. And I'm like, wow, like we trying to come together. So it sure is ironic that with this Spoety face and Ricc Rocc little situation that's blowing up, which is the point of this video and I'm gonna get to. I just seen one of his newest videos done 20 hours ago as I make this. And he says, you know, him and Spoety face can shake hands, you know, they could do something for the community. Are y'all getting paid? Or should I just throw it out there? Y'all getting paid, y'all getting paid. This is a skit. Or y'all getting paid to bring the community together. See how that shit work? When I try to bring the masses together, me and Bub from Hoover, Timothy Cornegay had a hand in that as well. Taco, being Taco Owens from Ceasefire. But I got them brothers together. Bub wanted to do it, and I agreed with Bub, and I got the other brothers involved in this shit. I invited a lot of dudes to come out. Hand selected. Good names, big names. Dudes that had some sort of control in their community or their set. They spoke out against it. But now it's convenient when it's one-on-one. It's convenient when you have an issue, and that was the whole purpose of the talks, so we can avoid these situations. You also may remember, and Bam from Front Hood talks about this on his show all the time, I wanted all the content creators to come together, sit down in a room. I had Skip Townsend get a spot for us in Pasadena. Alonzo from Street TV agreed to be a part of this. And a couple others, Melly Mel, a couple others. It didn't happen. That was the purpose of this. So y'all could quit going at each other. Why are we going at each other? All right, you want to do a skit. That's cool. Do your skits because it draws attention. It's like a daytime soap opera. People like it. You're going to get numbers. You're going to get hits. You're going to get your name out there. You're going to get the clout you're looking for without having to go sit on a platform.
So he said it. Was he saying that this is all a play?
He said it. I didn't say it. I guess the way he looking at it is like what Compton Ricc Rocc set it off. I mean, who set it off first? I think Spoety Face got at Compton Ricc Rocc first, and then Compton Ricc Rocc just came back and said what he said. It's like, you know, this is all content. I report on everything like everybody else do. Why are you taking offense because I'm reporting on it? And I get that. I get that. I understand that totally. Like, bro, Spoety, you can't be mad at him for doing that. Even if he did give his take. And if you think he said something foul, I don't think he said nothing foul. That's just my take. Like, I don't think Compton Ricc Rocc said nothing foul. He was just giving his organic take on the situation. And you looking at him as a fellow Kiwi, like, we don't do this. Bro, you just got into the algorithm. You just learned to. I heard how much you made in a couple of days on Back on Fig. You should have never said that, but yeah, I heard how much you made in them couple of days of that algorithm. You know what I mean? So you learning the game and you playing the game. And these, I'm saying this right now, learning and playing the game. I'm talking about the content game. For all these people that's out here thinking that this shit is real and shit. Because these motherfuckers be out here playing this goddamn content game and then they get up in their face and for real life, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what's happening, man? What's up, homie? It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, you doing it like that? Oh, yeah, woo, woo, bam. It ain't never no get down on some real shit on that podcast type beef. That's why Jay Hood said, oh, you just got podcast beef. That's what that was. You know what I'm saying?
Said that
So
when they was about to fight.
Yeah.
I think I did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, oh man, you ain't got no real beef. This is podcast beef. And I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? If you playing that type of game, play it. Play it how it's supposed to be. How you been doing it. How when you meet up in real life and it's all good. And then go back to continue on that you still got beef. Play the game. Let everyone know that the shit ain't real. We want to know for real. We don't want to hear none of this fake shit. Spoety, man, I follow you. You need to stop playing this game right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't do the Adam 22. You know what I'm saying? What you need is Compton Ricc Rocc on your side. He should and always should be an ally. Y'all Kiwis, you know what I'm saying? So you lock that in together, and I'm sure y'all don't talk, and you know, it's probably dead now. We sitting here talking about it as we speak, like it's a real beef. But you know, this y'all are here playing these internet games, and I don't want to see this.
Well, you know what I'm saying? That's y'all, that's what OG Corn Dog think about this whole situation, that it's a play. It ain't real. They fucking buddy behind the scene and everything. They Ace Boone Coon. Well, you know, I ain't gonna say Ace Boone Coons, but they cool. It is no big issue or no beef like that. So that's what I'm saying. Nowadays with this social media stuff, you never know like if this stuff is for real.
Yeah, man.
And it gets for real. So
this shit is like, why would Whack 100 go on the Adam 22, Adam and Whack 100 show and say, yo, this is what really happened? Oh, yeah. They went out there, J Hood hit the corner, pow, glasses flying off, you know what I'm saying? He pull out the wham, and he like, oh man, hey. He like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, J Hood talking about, you ain't got the heart to do that. Why in the hell would you say anything like that? When I heard it, I was like, this is unbelievable. I don't believe any of this. I can't believe this man. I refuse to believe this man. And it was all cap.
And that's the thing that I don't like about Whack 100. It's all the lies and stuff. Like, to be honest with you, if we talk about Spoety Face and Ricc Rocc possibly running a play, that nigga Whack 100 is like the author of running them plays and shit.
Right. Uh-oh. Yep. Commercial time, everybody. Boy, OG Corn Dog.
Like, hey, hit the commercial. Niggas doing fireworks and shit, man. That shit is crazy. I thought somebody was busting out there.
Oh, I hear you, bro. You got to get up over there.
Man, nigga be thinking like, oh, I thought it was fireworks and that's it. But yeah, man, let's get back to this video, man.
Can
you hear that shit?
Nah.
Oh, never mind. It stopped right now. All right, for sure.
Type of rats and any type of men that don't look like us that exploit our culture, if that's how you feel. So if you really think about it, you get the whole picture.
I get it.
Kev Mac has been trying to avoid all this silly shit, this clown act, and stepping on each other's reputation and dogging each other out. Niggas is in prison getting their ass beat. Niggas is in prison getting ran off the yard behind this shit. And niggas is catching cases.
Prefer a GLP-1 pill to lose weight?
Yeah.
So I never intended to be super.
So who's catching cases over this, man?
Oh, shit. I ain't knowing nothing about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know about that part, but
that's
what part is that?
To avoid. My vision is different from your vision, and I don't expect you to see my vision because I don't even want to see yours. Y'all shit is so shallow. We already know what it is. React to videos, talk shit about other black men that look like you, that just from a different section. I know the whole get out, period. When I came on this motherfucker, I thought about laying boundaries for myself and hoping that anyone that came after me understood those boundaries. You don't have to run the same type of content. You run your own channel, your own content, you handle your own monetization. But you can still conduct yourself in a way that's either honorable or has some type of integrity.
No
matter how you run your channel, how you feel about it, you should still try your best with all sincerity not to become
he on something else.
Inspiring beasts with one another. All right, so to the whole point of this video, the reason why everybody's going to Ricc Rocc, because Ricc Rocc is popping. Ricc Rocc is that man. Ricc Rocc can go live and he'll get 19,000 views easily. Every time he turn his channel on, he gonna get 19,000. He might get 30,000. Yeah. He's popping, especially during the era where everybody's views is down. Just about everybody's complaining about their views, but a few people, only a couple people are still getting those top-notch views. And
there's a void in the gap.
They weren't around when the views was popping, so they don't know any better. So they putting up 3-4 videos a day to try to get their monetization way up high. It's all about the money for these dudes.
He just said some real shit.
And ain't nothing wrong with it being all about the money, because that's what you need to live. That's what you need to take care of your lifestyle, pay bills, take care of your kids or grandkids, whatever you're doing with your money. Get high, smoke, trick, whatever you're doing with your money. Travel, buy low riders, buy new cameras. Most of the dudes.
You said trick. Did this nigga just say trick?
My nigga OG Kev Mac said, get high, trick. Imagine starting a beat
my God. Don't tell the people the trick, money, man. You're the trick if you got it. If you don't mind throwing that away, that's when it ain't tricking. But don't go out there tricking for real. Don't listen to that, man.
I need to get this out.
Shouts out to Kev Mac though, for sure.
That's funny. Hey, nah, speak on what else he was saying, like as far as the 2-3 videos a day to get in the algorithm, the monetization and shit like that.
Yo, listen, I said there's a void in the gap right now. You know why? Because he just said Compton Ricc Rocc is over here doing this and that. You know why? And Hefe gone. When it come to West Coast or LA.
Ricc Rocc been doing this for a while though.
Hey, no, I know that, but now that and Hefe is He's still trying to do it from
Yeah.
jail. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know you heard him, and I didn't listen to him like, you know, it ain't the same because, you know, it
Hey,
sounds
I'm
like
about to
it's.
say, I noticed that I see what you're saying. I know that he's uploading while he's locked up, but you saying the quality isn't the same though?
No, not the quality is not just the quality. It's just the fact that he's trying to say and speak on whatever's going on out here when he has his own problems to be worried about and he's speaking on it and he's in jail. That's got to be very hard to try to maintain that. You know what I'm saying? So that's not as authentic that it will be if he was on the outs with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got too much to be worried about to be trying to do this.
So you
And
saying
when I
like,
say, and when I'm saying with the void and the gap, is because the West Coast in LA was Aunt Hefe and pretty much Compton Ricc Rocc. You'll find some other ones out there, YouTube for Gangster and some other motherfuckers like that. But they was, you know, they was holding it down to where you could go to for that West Coast business. Now the Ant's gone, it's all going to Compton Ricc Rocc now. You understand what I'm saying? That traffic, that void is going over there to him. You feel me? Trust me.
I hear you, but I low-key disagree just for the
Why?
fact that like Compton Ricc Rocc, he normally do his stuff in the morning. Aunt Hefe, he's kind of like all over the place. I do
Yeah.
understand that you're saying that people is missing his content, so they're looking for somebody else. But shit, Ricc Rocc was already doing this shit like before.
I know what I'm saying, but I'm thinking he would have to gain more traffic now that Aunt Hefe is gone.
Yeah, that's a possibility, but it's like I don't know.
You don't think so?
Uh, yeah and no at the same time. Like I hear where you're coming from, but I don't think that since Aunt Hefe left, it just caused this big old void to where everything is like funneling to Compton Ricc Rocc now. Like I think he already kind of etched out his little area to where people are already that
He did. Oh
you
yeah,
know?
he did. He did. I know that. I follow him. I watch him. I watch both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I'm just saying now that Aunt Hefe's gone, and he's not going to be able to continue this from jail.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whoever is editing the channel is, you know, not doing a great job at that part of it. At least put a picture up and show him talking, or
Is it like a
a
black
picture of
screen? Or
who the subject. Yeah, the
something?
subject of what he's talking about, something like that. You know what I mean? You know, they just on the hunger of trying to keep his name out there in the algorithm. You got too
Yeah.
much to worry about, bro. You don't need to be worried about no goddamn YouTube channel right now. You worry about getting your ass out.
Hey, so basically the only content he needs to be dropping is content that's relating to like his case.
No, hell no. You never talk about your case
Yeah,
before the judge or the jury hears it.
yeah.
You don't talk about that.
That's
That's
what
only
I'm about
meant
to
for
say.
their ears. That's meant for their ears. So he can't do no type of content on that. No, which would be fucking gold. But yeah, no, that's a bad idea.
I say that because I'm trying to figure out where you're coming from. I know, so you're just saying that basically with him being locked up, is no way that he could have a real grasp on what's going on out here because you're basically hearing what you can hear from wherever you can hear it from.
Right. And he has, when he was out, he found his way to find his own sources or his resources or research of how he did it to know it so he could tell his own story. You can't gather that from nobody else's because you know you telling your own story when you was on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Out there on the outs. When you're not
Yeah.
out there, you can't tell your own story because you're not doing the research yourself.
Yeah, you got a point to that. Hell yeah, let's get back to it.
Is doing content don't even invest in their equipment like Ricc Rocc. So Ricc Rocc is raking it in. He's raking the views in, the viewers. He's popping. He still has a professional looking channel. And then he starts putting out all this money he's making. And niggas is like, damn, he making that type of money. I done had several people get at me and say, is that real?
Don't do that.
Yeah. They asked me about Poetic Flocko. Is that real? Yeah, it's real.
He did that too.
Those are popping. They it.
Yeah. Like, I was just speaking on that because Spoety Face is on back on Fig is premiered tonight. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't want to really say nothing, but you know, they was fuck. You know how they be fucking with him and shit. Everything funny is a joke. And he was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm at 9,000 right now. I'm like, whoa. Like, but he didn't say 9,000 views, 9,000 subscribers. And when the way they responded was like, oh yeah, he talking about money.
Yeah, because we know you get like 12,000, 15,000 view a video. So you ain't talking about 9,000 views, nigga.
Yeah. He over there like, and yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
And speaking of Flocko, yeah, I seen Flocko. That nigga said he made like 150 a month.
140,000 in a month. Hey, if you want to learn how to use, make $140,000 a month off of YouTube video, just follow me in my community. This motherfucking Flocko.
Yep. That's that's what I'm saying. Like I mentioned that earlier, and it's not necessarily Ricc Rocc making 100K. It's just the fact that he got his motion going in the right direction. And
yeah, you know what? That shit take hard work. How long he been doing it? It didn't happen overnight.
Yeah, I'll say about like what, probably a solid 2 years now.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
And it's the fact that he's investing in his equipment and stuff, man. You feel
that part?
Like,
and he's being consistent.
That too, consistency. And when you take this like a business and try to run your stuff the right way, it's going to come back to you. Like honestly, on some real shit, the way how you show up is the way how you get rewarded for whatever it is. So if you just treat it like bullshit, you're gonna get bullshit after results. And then you're gonna be, how come my shit ain't going? Well, you got to take it seriously. You know, if you're not taking it seriously, why would other people take you seriously? So that's something that some people look at and they be like, man, you know, I wish I could have what he have. And that's why I feel like some people, instead of try to even just say, hey, bro, I admire what you got going on. Like, hey, how can I manage to do the same thing? I don't want to step on your toes or anything, but how can I step my game up? Like some people think that'd be weak, but they feel like it'd be easier and better to be like, fuck that. I'm just gonna catch him when he's slipping and take him for whatever he got. I don't have to work like that. You feel me? So that's a crazy mentality to have, but you'd be lying to say if you didn't know people that did have that mentality about shit. Not everybody, but you letting people know your finances, like you really never show people your finances because now all of a sudden all your problems become theirs. Oh, hey, well, can you help me with this and this?
Yeah,
and I'm
that
about
part.
Like family, friends, and all that shit. Strangers. So you know,
I ain't playing none of that part.
None. Quiet than a motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
so,
you know me.
Yeah, man.
You know me. You know I'll bust out on something like you like, where you get that from? Like,
a minute right now. You know? Hey, but yeah, man, that like I said that earlier, and Kev Max said the same thing. I don't think the money is everything, but that could have been something that kind of started shit off, and people kind of using the whole whack 100 because I've never seen Compton Ricc Rocc cut his comments off on a situation, but when he posted that picture with Whack, he ended up cutting off his comment section to where you can't even make a comment on there. I'm pretty sure he did that because a lot of people was basically dissing him and, you know, Whack lover, this and that. And that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, I really don't have a problem with Whack to say, I hate that nigga, but I don't like a lot of the things that he do. And shit, I'm pretty sure people don't like some stuff that I do, whatever the fuck it is. Everybody's gonna have something that they don't like.
That's true.
It is what
So
it is.
true. So true, bro. So true.
Yeah. So the same thing go along with Whack. Like, I don't like how he move around and kind of create certain these atmospheres. To be honest with you, he do kind of the same thing like Whack at times. I mean, like Adam, stir up a lot of bullshit and get motherfuckers going. Put batteries in people's backs. Yeah.
So can I say honestly how I say and feel about this motherfucker?
Go ahead, nigga.
Man, let me tell you this, man. Me and my girl, we had this discussion many times. I'm like, hey, what you think? What you think about that nigga Whack? She like, that nigga Whack is a bitch. She like, that nigga Whack talk like a bitch. I agree. And this coming from a female's point of view. He out here gossiping. He out here saying this and that. He out here lying. That nigga's a bitch. I'm like, ooh. And I say, you know what? I gotta agree with you on that because the man gossips and he can't wait to gossip and he be real giddy like a teenage girl gossiping. He's happy to get the information out. He can't wait to tell the information. I don't know nobody else but my aunties that do shit like that.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's real shit.
It seemed like he's more with destruction than building. Like some of the things that he helped build, I guess.
Right.
It's only if it's within his circle and if they on the same bullshit that he's on, I guess.
I know, but see, that's what I'm saying. That part right there is like, how the hell can you follow this man when you obviously see what he's doing, and that is a negative. That's a negative. And mathematically, that's a negative. There's nothing positive about it. That's my point.
Yeah. Yeah. Like overall, the common consensus of how people think Whack operate is messy and
right.
Yeah, man.
Like a bitch. Like a bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't like how he's basically in everybody's shit, but then he want other people to fight. But when have we ever seen Whack fight? Like we seen Whack fight like them two white dudes or there's Hispanic.
Yeah.
That could have been a play. Knowing him, that could have been a play to where,
he ain't gonna do that now.
Huh?
He ain't gonna do that now.
And that shit happened like 2-3 years ago. We still talking about it because that's the only thing.
He's not gonna do that. He has pawns now.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, we seen what happened with Jay Hood, Nipsey ex bodyguard.
Yeah, and look at the guy that. No. Jay Reed. Hey, do you know?
He kind of.
Do you know that the alley over there, No Jumper, is called Jay Reed Alley now?
The fuck?
It's known as Jay Reed Alley.
And you know what? That's another thing people was bringing up. They were saying like, yeah, I didn't like Compton Ricc Rocc because he said that Jay Reed should sue. Like, what do you think about that situation?
Yo, that situation was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That was particularly somebody out there doing too much, trying to make a name for itself, go viral. And I could never understand the point of, why you never got arrested for that while it's on footage. It's on.
You said try to go viral. You talking about loose cannon?
Yes, sir.
But then who put the battery behind his back though? Whack?
I don't know about no battery, but the battery is already probably automatic impacted by being alongside the man. You know what I'm saying? Because he already trying to put a name out there in the internet for himself. By him doing that, he initiated it. It went down. He went viral. Never got arrested for it. And they probably used some of that footage against his ass in the trial that going through now is he ain't been sentenced yet. I don't think, right?
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
yeah. I don't think he's been sentenced yet. But they probably gonna use that footage right there. You know what I mean? And yo, man, that shit wasn't cool. Like you out here and you being filmed. Who the fuck filmed that?
That's a good ass question because that was on some cell phone type footage.
Yo, they did both of them motherfuckers wrong, bro. They did them wrong, man.
Well, low key,
They
Wack didn't put his hands on nobody, so I can see
nah.
how.
He just sitting there looking.
Yeah. So there's no
Yeah.
way you can really put him into that unless they
Okay,
got
now
evidence.
look. So that's like a DP or something, right? Okay, and Hefe.
They
Whack
saying that
100. Look. Whack 100, Loose Cannon, and Hefe, and his boys. Why Whack ain't locked up?
Well, one person end up losing
I
their
know,
life.
yeah, that's true. But still, though, this shit was, yo, it's right there on camera. And I'm sure, like I said, the feds gonna use that footage against Loose Cannon because it's out there for everybody to see. With Wag 100 sitting there.
I haven't seen the footage of Aunt Hefe and all
I
this
did.
alleged stuff.
No, not the Ant Hefe, but the Whack 100 and Loose Cannon and Jay. I seen that. And Whack sitting right there. He's sitting right there.
Yeah, well, Wack 100 didn't touch anybody. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
he's standing there. But we don't know if Ant really touched anybody or not. This is what
I don't
they're
know that either.
saying. This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying by saying he is identified as doing that. We don't know if that's him or not yet.
Yeah, man.
We
You
don't know
think Wack
nothing
the
yet.
police?
I ain't saying that. Hell no. I know he got some type of ties to it, or not just the ties, just from the footage of what he's putting out, they're watching him from the footage that he's putting out and what he's speaking on, which makes him low key a fucking CI.
Don't they call him like CS21 or some shit?
Whatever they call him, confidential informants. You pretty much a ICI. You're an internet confidential informant.
Damn.
You an ICI, my nigga. We gonna call it what it is. You talking about the exposing game. You play that exposing game. But I'm gonna say what it is. You ICI, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty wild work, man.
Real shit.
Flacco is the drama. So yeah, they popping. And when he throws it in people's face about how much money he makes, and he says anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Well, I'm not really sure if he thought about telling them how to do it, because dudes is only looking at the bag. And now they getting jealous and envious, and they want to be like you, getting that bag. But they don't know how to go about it. So what they do is they start dissing people, start upping themselves. Now they this hard ass nigga, they on the yard, nigga, they in a cell, nigga, they tough, nigga, they on the street knocking shit out, nigga. Some of them going at their own homies to get the bag. The problem is most of them are just chasing clout. That's the problem. Most of them want the clout, so they're looking for a platform where they can be seen and heard by the masses. And that's when the clown shit starts. Because now it's the clown show. You up on the stage, and you got to be that man on the stage. It's almost like a reality show. It's almost like The Apprentice. Somebody got to be the head of this group. Somebody got to be the standout in order to stay. You feel me? That's all No Jumper is Apprentice on steroids. That ain't no diss, but it's not meant to compliment the show either. But now everybody want to be like Ricc Rocc. They never had nothing bad to say about Ricc Rocc because they either wasn't up on Ricc Rocc they started admiring the same shit I was saying about the audio, video, the lighting, and all that shit. Compton. If you're from Compton, you probably got a lot of, you probably got a lot of pride for the dude and how he stays out of Compton Crip business. And so people in LA, I'm only telling you what I know, because people can call me, started to see the LA bias that I seen two and a half years ago. Well, let's say almost 2 years ago, because the 2-year anniversary of the conversations is coming in August. So we in June, July, August. So we 2 months short of what I helped put together 2 years ago. And people are seeing, he's always saying some slick shit about South LA. I'm talking about niggas on the east side and niggas on the west side telling me this. And I don't even engage in dissing him or putting him down, because I already seen this shit and I already spoke on it. It didn't go nowhere. Nobody cared. Nobody liked it. Nobody
I ain't heard no shit like that.
Nobody dug into it to side with Carmack, and that's what we expect on here. Nobody rides with Carmack as far as other content creators except OG Bam. Carmack is a piece of shit. Carmack's nobody. Let's keep his motherfucking name off our platform and out our mouth. We don't want to pay homage to dude because we popping, we cracking, and dude ain't getting cracking. Dude ain't dissing people. Dude ain't part of the drama, the clown show. We are. So let's keep our circus over here and keep him out of it. So niggas is saying, oh yeah, he was saying this about LA. He said that about LA. And he makes Compton be the big shit in LA. And he never covers his city. That's what they mainly saying. Is he has a bias against LA and he never covers his city. Which is absolutely true, which is absolutely what I agree with. And no, it's not nothing wrong with not covering Compton. The problem is you make LA look so bad. You attack LA, especially the neighborhood Crips. I mean, only a neighborhood Crip is probably gonna recognize that shit. But now everybody in LA,
it's not that.
West side, recognize it. So when they see the situation with Spoety and Ricc Rocc, they found their opening. They found a chance to mollywop Ricc Rocc. Now everybody's going to Ricc Rocc. All the content I seen today, this morning, was about Compton Ricc Rocc. Somebody got Ricc Rocc name in his mouth, and now I do too. But I wanted to bring that to light, the good and the bad, shed a little bit of light on that. Because it never got traction before everybody started recently, last 2 days or 5 days, going at Ricc Rocc. Now everybody sees Ricc Rocc for who Ricc Rocc is. And Ricc Rocc, Spoety face, don't get tricked off your seat, man. Y'all ain't gotta make up and y'all ain't gotta shake hands. Y'all can go at each other or not go at each other. It's good for views. It's good for YouTube TV. It's good for the drama. But
there it is.
Don't get tricked off your seat, man. I try to tell Brick Baby and Loose Cannon on my show that people wanted Brick Baby's seat, and Loose Cannon was a clown, and they was pushing that clown to be where he is now. I'm telling you, man, don't get tricked off your seat. Don't get tricked off in this shit. Everybody ain't as good as the puppet master. Everybody ain't good at creating what the content is going to be today. Everybody's not good at not listening when people lie about you or people say shit about you. Just let all that shit just go to where you're not gonna get caught with your burner. Why are we talking about burners on camera? Why are we still talking about burners, and we know goddamn well that the feds are watching, and we know goddamn well the dudes are catching cases? Why are we talking about burners? This was supposed to be about a squabble. This was supposed to be about show up in the hood and let's get out. It's cool that you want to go to the ring, but what burners got to do with it? So now all the content creators are riding around with burners in their car, and they shouldn't have to get pulled over with a burner in their car on their way to a fight or a boxing match. This shit is outrageous, and this shit is getting out of hand. But Ricc Rocc name is popping. He's the content. He is the content right now. Everybody's going at this dude or weighing in on it. I see most of the comments are really against him, which is wild and mind-boggling because the comments used to be so pro him. Everybody that watches was so him. We can fall off at any moment, man. But you get to showing how much money you make, you get to bragging on what you're doing, you know what happens. You know how many niggas been robbed for selling dope? You know how many niggas cars been stolen? You know how many niggas chains and money taken for bragging on the street about how much they got? Protect your channel. Protect your image. I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a good one. Hope you enjoyed it, man. I usually don't get in other people's business and pop other people's name, but
yeah, salute to OG Cab Mac, man. He said I agree with a lot of stuff that he's saying. One thing I didn't agree with, like he was saying that people was getting on him because he was talking about LA politics over Compton politics. I don't think that that's necessarily the reason, but I can't hear you on mute.
I said I disagree with that point too because the shit that he's covering, there's nothing popping off in Compton. You know, people think that Compton is big. Compton is small. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a very small community in Los Angeles. It's not big like that. So it's not enough to cover there. What's happening out in Los Angeles is huge. So no matter if it's a hood or somebody pertaining to hip hop in Los Angeles is, that's news. You know what I'm saying? That's something he has to cover because he's in the community of it. You know what I'm saying? Not just Compton. You know what I'm saying? Of course, if some pop off in Compton and shit, of course he's gonna be on that because that's where he's from. He'd probably be the first one to pop out with the story. You know what I mean? So yeah, I disagree with that part right there. Like, he just covering his circumference of where he's at. And it's not just Compton, it's Los Angeles as an entire. The West Coast, you know what I'm saying? As an entire. He's doing his thing. Salute to Compton Ricc Rocc, bro. I ain't got no problems with the man. I love the way he runs his program, and I kind of find my way falling into the format of how things is going down. You know what I mean? So I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. Spoety Face, I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. Hopefully this is a play, like I said, man. You know what I'm saying? To get some views going. Maybe they had a conversation before or what we know of, you know what I'm saying? And they just said, let's run it up. You know what I mean? Hopefully that's the case. You know what I mean? I don't want to see this go down, and I don't think it's going to continue no further than this. Honestly, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it like that. I don't see no true disrespect out there, like how Wack came in at Spoety. That was some true disrespect. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know about what I'm talking about, check out my video. OG Corndog reacts. Spoety Face, J Hood responds after altercation. Or, yeah. Check that video out. You will see a little clip up there of Wack saying what he said about Spoety Face and his fan bam. You know what I'm saying? It was very disrespectful. I had to edit that shit out. Not cool. And I don't like none of that. You know what I mean? But like I said, hopefully this is like, some type of internet play and we don't have to see nothing going further after this. And you guys peace up and be cool, like how you just appeared on back on Fig. Because that was a beautiful thing to see that. To see Neighborhood Crip sit right there amongst Hoovers. That's a beautiful thing to see. And we need more of that. We need more of that, Spoety. We need you to tap in who you ain't gonna tap in with and have them on your channel. Compton Ricc Rocc, same thing. We need that right here in this podcast world so we can show these youngsters it ain't all about that. This is how we can do it, and this is how we can lay down a format for you to do it. It's I'm doing it now. I'm starting off as nothing, and I'm doing it now and following the format. You know what I mean? Um, I love that we're gonna see this later. Classic. We're gonna see these two men, these two gentlemen, at peace with one another. Trust me, that's what's gonna happen. It's I ain't gonna say a play, but they gonna come together, and this ain't gonna be nothing real. It ain't gonna escalate like that. Now, Spoety Face and Whack, that's different. But between Compton Ricc Rocc and Spoety, I don't see nothing popping off like that, like it's gonna be serious. Real
Yeah,
shit.
I agree. Low key, I think like you said, man, that this low key might be an actual play. And it can't be going seriously from there. I already know that.
Yeah.
Now that the whole like what you're saying, like Whack, talking about people relatives and fuck people family and shit like that. That's where I don't play that shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I know people say shit online, and that's the problem. People say a lot of stuff online that they know that they wouldn't say if they was in person because they get their teeth knocked out of their mouth.
Yeah,
So
automatically. That's the automatic fighting words.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the issue that I got with certain people that be on the internet and that be playing those type of games. Now, the beef between Whack and Spoety, I think that'd be actually more real than what's going on between Ricc Rocc because they didn't necessarily cross that line, So, like I said, man, it's just we gonna have to see what's going on with everything. And wait, hold up.
Yeah, we gonna see. I mean, like I said, it's gonna play out how I think. Like, ain't gonna be no problems. It's a play, content game going on. You know what I'm saying? Niggas see niggas in real life and give each other a hug. It's probably why you didn't speak on the Back on Fig premiere tonight. You know what I'm saying? Saying nothing negative about Compton Ricc Rocc because that was opportunity right there. You know what I'm saying? That's opportunity to go ahead and go. So it was nothing said, and I don't think it's no real beef. If it was nothing said there,
You got your boy in a building right now.
the fuck?
Yeah, wait, hold up. Our shit is tripping right now. But keep talking, big dog. The fuck?
Yeah. And for Splash you out there with your comments, man. Hey, you gotta let me know right now, bro. Or are you a female? Because I gotta learn what angle I'm gonna have to take these comments. You know what I'm saying? Are you a female or are you a boy that wants to be a female, or are you a a boy that's just playing around? You can give me one of them three answers right there, then I know where to go from here. All right, Splash, go ahead. Let me hear you right now. I don't see nothing. You ain't typing fast enough. Hurry up.
I think you called him out, bro. I think you called him out.
I need to know one. Give me one of those answers right there so I see how you take this.
Yeah, man. And then what we got? You got Micah. Daddy
Micah Jordan.
I missed you so much.
Oh, wow. Here we go. My fans. I love all my fans, as a matter of fact. Black, white, Mexican, gay, transsexual.
Queer. It all don't matter.
I love them all, man. Don't take no offense to what the fuck I say.
This is Gay Pride Month.
I'm a stupid nigga.
Man. Yeah, this Gay Pride Month, so you know, Micah, Splash, they gonna have their way this month. You feel me? So it is what it is. But this is definitely a dope conversation. Kind of went over a little bit at a time.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I got to run my mouth too much a little bit, but shit, great content.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's about. And I'm gonna have to do something on my Twitch page and shit when I get off. But yeah, for sure. Yeah, dope content, dope video. Shit, I appreciate Brian for pulling up. Appreciate OG Corndog for pulling up.
Yep.
And yeah, man, do this every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, man. So make sure y'all
8 o'clock
like,
Pacific time.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all like up, subscribe, all that stuff, man. For sure. Peace.
Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.